Allison Miller here, one of the stars of A Million Little Things on ABC. She plays Maggie, who has been through so many ups and downs over the seasons. And we just started the brand new one. Got to see a preview last week, and we're going to a new episode tonight. Tell us a little bit about what the show means to you, and especially the fans have been reaching out to you because the cast has been going through the things that we're all been going through, especially these past 18 months.
Yeah, that's exactly it. The show has always been trying to represent people that feel underrepresented on TV. And so experiences that we've all been through in this last year, we want to reflect it back to everybody, but show a group of people who are overcoming those challenges together to try to create something uplifting out of it. Because it's been really hard for everyone. We don't want to just show the doom and gloom, because there have been beautiful things that have happened in the last few years as well, for these characters and for people, for us in our lives. So we're making something, what is it? Making lemonade out of lemons.
Let's talk about a little bit about the character of Maggie, especially with her being a breast cancer survivor. There has been a lot of support and a lot of people who have looked up to that character. And I know you've done a lot of research as far as getting all the talking points and all of the feelings and everything correct. What's it been like to be a platform, and especially someone that somebody can look out to and see themselves on television, especially with that journey?
Yeah, that's been the greatest reward of playing Maggie, is being able to connect with viewers who are grateful. I spent a lot of time talking to women who had been through breast cancer, and I wanted to make sure that I was representing them fairly and correctly, and the writers felt the same way. So we really tried to make it as real and honest a portrayal as possible. And so when people are sending me messages or coming up to me in person and saying that they felt seen and recognized, it's just, that's the reason that I want to be an actor. That's it.
Oh, exactly. One of the things I love about Maggie is that she is now kind of not redefining herself, but she's trying to search outside of like what defines her, outside of cancer, outside of relationships, outside of, motherhood, that all these things that she's going through, that so many people have had those journeys kind of, washed away, especially with everything we've gone through. And she kind of has to keep redefining herself. Talk a little bit about that journey, for that character, especially because they're all the things that we're dealing with as well.
Yeah, she had a big dream when she went to Oxford to try to pursue her career further. And then when everything came to a crashing halt, she, like everyone else, had to kind of hole up and figure out what the next steps were and just wait. And now on our show, she has an opportunity to reach a wider audience with her work. And that's exactly why she started her podcast during the pandemic. So she gets to pursue something that's been really important to her and help a lot more people along the way in the way that she wants to do it. So that's so exciting to see a human being kind of reach their potential, or at least the beginning of their potential, especially when it comes to helping people with mental health.
Let's talk a little bit about the podcast, because that is the way that so many people either get their news, their information, or have their free time. Were there any that you particularly delved into, kind of researching that part of Maggie's character?
I listen to podcasts all day long. And I mean, I don't think the podcasts I listen to are in particularly related to Maggie's career. I would say the one that is called Tell Me About Your Pain. And it is two psychologists talking about chronic pain. It's a really good one. But I generally tend to lean towards podcasts about crime and murder or the metaphysical. So the only way that helps is hearing how production is and what makes something entertaining. But I don't think Maggie's going to start talking about Jeffrey Dahmer anytime soon. So.
Oh, exactly. Well, you never know. It's so early on in the season, but yeah, she's not going to.
there's psychology there. I mean, we can get into the psychology of serial killers. Maybe that's what Maggie wants to do. I wouldn't hate it.
Let's talk a little bit about the character of Jamie. I mean, a lot of times, there is a film or a TV series where, a British character comes in and suddenly everybody falls in love with that character. What's it been like, especially the fan response and people who've reached out over social media, wanting that relationship to maybe go differently?
I feel sad for everyone, including myself, because having Chris up in Vancouver with us was such a treat. He is a delightful human being, as he seems on screen, just as nice in real life. And the fans clearly love Jamie and are very sad that he left, and the rest of us are too. I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. He's on This Is Us now.
Well, we can enjoy both of those shows. Any chance he may make a recurrence later in the season?
I mean, that would be great if he can come up here and if they want to do it. I don't know. I don't see that happening. I think he's very busy, but it would be nice.
Well, you know what? The fans made Betty White a host of Saturday Night Live. So if the fans reach out, you never know, what might end up happening on the show.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about Delilah. So she has moved. She may be returning later on in the season as well too. Let's talk a little bit about that journey. That's something that we learned last week.
Yeah, I mean, Delilah's going to France. Stephanie's going back to the East Coast to be with her family, which is such an important thing. And I am going to miss her both on screen and off. She is just a great friend and a wonderful person. And I think that's going to mean that now the friend group has to step in and help Sophie navigate her life because she's in a really difficult place, and being in that place without her mom is going to be even more challenging. So, her relationship with Maggie has become really strong, and I think that the rest of us are all going to swoop in, and it's not just Band of Dads now, it's Band of Friends.